Welcome to Cooking with Gigi, and I'm going to get straight into it today. You see my ground beef? Guess what I'm making? 30-minute spaghetti. It may get done quicker than that, but we're going to stay to it and give it a shot, and let's give it a start. Let's see what this going to do, okay, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to my channel, Cooling In with Gigi, and today we're going to get right into it. So first, we're going to drop a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. We're going to take some ground beef and drop it on in there, okay? I'm going to turn this fire up. And we're going to just right now start seasoning, okay? This is 30-minute spaghetti. This has nothing to do with the regular way of doing it. This is for people who don't have a long time, ample amounts to cook. Preferably people with kids or just can't cook. This has nothing to do with the way of my regular way. But this is a way that I use, and it's very handy and it works. Okay, so now we're going to start the ground beef. Garlic powder, okay? This is a dish that you can make on your lunch break while the kids are at school, okay? Very quick. Oregano. Chili powder. I tend to squeeze it on in there because I like that chili taste. Italian seasoning. Let me just take the top off. All right, and a little bit of parsley. This is optional. If you don't have all of this, don't worry about it, because your sauce is going to do most of the work anyway. And my favorite, complete. Oops, that should be enough. Then I'm going to add a little salt. You can use regular salt, or you can grab you some of this, some of the Himalayan pink salt. It's up to you, okay? And of course some pepper. We're just going to get into this today, okay? We're going to get straight to it. Now, I'm going to cook this through. I'm going to take also just a little bit of water, you guys. Just a little bit. Because this ground beef tends to get a little stringy. I like to cook on high. As long as you're cooking on high, it's fine. But stay by the pot. And as you can see, this stuff is breaking down. That water is going to break it down. Okay? It's going to melt it down a little bit instead of just dry cooking with the oil. I'm going to add a little bit more water. See how it's melting it down? Any kind of ground beef, turkey ground, chicken ground, any type of ground beef. I would prefer the greasy kind a little bit, a little fatty, because it breaks down better, cooks faster, okay? But it's all up to you. You want to just cook this on down, okay? Cook it on high so you can get it done high. Stay close by. This is a 30-minute spaghetti dish. This is not the regular recipe. We're going to cut a lot of corners, but it's going to be very good, and it's very kid-friendly. Kids will love it. I love it. My family love it. Doesn't take a lot of time. You just want to keep chopping that meat up, okay? Let that cook. Okay, guys, this is my food processors. If you don't have one, I suggest you can use a blender. Just do a big chop. Don't do a fine chop. You want to still have a chop. You don't want it to be too minced, okay, you guys? Or you can use the bullet, the magic bullet. Or just chop it if you don't have either or. Right now we have celery, bell peppers, onions, garlic, and I think that's it. So we're just going to give that a quick chop. Going to take that piece out, put it to the side. And we're going to drop this into the meat. And when I say this stuff smells good, it smells delicious. Okay, you guys, we have our meat right here. And we've already chopped our vegetables. I'm going to put it in just a second. We're going to give this just another few stirrings. And as you can see, it's not even 5 minutes yet. This meat is almost just about cooked through. As long as it's brown, you're good, okay? Because you're going to finish cooking it with throwing out this recipe. And it's going to make so much sense if you want. If you want, once it's almost brown, well, pretty much cooked, Add your shrimps. You can put some shrimps with it. Put cheese on top when it's done. Okay, so now we have this pretty much chopped through. And now we're gonna add our vegetables, okay? Make sure you take that blade out. I always use the back of the butter knife. Either or. Just get it on in there, you know what I mean? Now, mix this all through. You're just gonna let this cook through for about a couple of minutes, not too much. I don't like mine cooked all the way because I still want the taste. I just want to soften the vegetables. I don't want to cook it all the way through completely because we still have more things we have to do. So we're gonna just stir this up for a few. Get it all the way through, make sure it's even, which it is. Okay, if you want, cook yours down to where it's completely cooked down and then do the rest of the steps I just told you. If not, do not stress it. It's still gonna come out done. It's gonna be delicious. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our spaghettis. Use thin ones, the thin spaghettis, okay? And then we're gonna add any can of tomato sauce. I use this one, it's 90 cents. This meal is no more than $5. The spaghettis were $1.89. The meat was what, $3 for a small tube. The bigger tube, medium tube is like $6. And of course the big tube is $10 and then it's 20. So this is like a $5 meal and it feeds up to about 8 people, maybe even more. So you're just gonna put this sauce right on top, okay? Right on top. It does not have to be a fancy way. You just want to cover it as much as possible, okay? You don't want to mix it after this. You want to just kind of leave it alone. And we're going to turn the fire down, you guys. Just like so. And what we're going to do is just pop a top, okay? And leave that on for about the remaining of the 30 minutes. Because this prepping, and well, this portion was only, what, barely 5 minutes. So for about 20 minutes, leave this on. And I'll show you how it looks when I get back. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, about 8 minutes. So what we're gonna do is just give it a check. Don't add any water, you guys. Look at my nails, I think I'm on. Anyways, don't add any water because with this top completely on, it creates water anyways. You don't want to water it out because you want it to be thick. If you want yours soupy, add water. I don't like mine too soupy, not all the time. In this case, I don't want it soupy. So we're just gonna start tossing this around. Now, don't get to asking me all these detailed questions. Why you didn't boil the spaghetti, drain it. When I boil my spaghetti, I don't drain it anyways. I like that starch. I like it thick, and that's just the way I like it. So it doesn't make any sense for me to boil it when it's boiling in here. It's a 2-for-1 deal, and it's quick. See, you're just gonna mix that on up and separate those pastas, okay? You don't have to add oil and nothing because it's already greasy from the meat. You already added a little bit of oil at the bottom of the pan so the pasta is breaking apart, okay? I got it kind of medium high. I tend to play with the fire depending on how fast it's cooking, making sure it doesn't scorch at the bottom. Just keep an eye on it. You kind of want to stay around and stay close because it's a quick, fast meal. So we just want to get this nice and separated and spaced out as much as possible. Look at that. That's looking good already. That stuff is going to swell up. I'm going to drop the temperature down a little bit lower so it can have time to swell up. And we're going to just come back when this is done. Okay, you guys? Okay, you guys, we are done. Look at that. Finished. Spaghetti's all the way cooked through. All I did was towards the end, before I took the top off, I added about a half a cup of water, just a little bit, just to thicken it up. I mean, loosen it up because it was a little thick from the pasta, but it did not stop the flow of traffic. We were still done in at adamant time, under 30 minutes. Look at that spaghetti, you guys. Look at that. Look at the seasonings. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. All we're gonna do now is add a little bit of cheese. And I'm gonna just use some of this. You can use regular cheese. You can still even use it with this. I just add a little bit of that in there. Toss it around. Let it get all in there, give it that cheesy flavor. And that's it, you guys. 30-minute spaghetti. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. It's possible. You got them kids. I make my channel for people with kids, mainly. But it's for anybody. It could be for a college student. It could be for somebody who just cannot cook, whether they have whatever situation or don't have the time. I'm trying to, you know, create. My page is mainly to create a way of showing people how to cook in a quick time for a cheaper way and cut corners. For those who know how to cook already, bless you. You can still take these tips because they're very helpful, and I must say this stuff is good. And with all that being said, I'm gonna get on out of here, eat me an early bowl, and get on with my day. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Continue to comment, like, and subscribe, share. I love you guys. I thank God for giving me the chance to start this channel over. With all of that being said, you guys have a blessed day. And I love you guys. Amen. Kisses. Bye-bye.